last 20 years or 15 years, we've been doing a lot of housing. We have almost 200 units of housing. 102 are at the Presidio, former military base. And we have supportive housing at Treasure Island. And we're going to actually have some more supportive housing at Treasure Island. And we're starting a very exciting project called Veteran Commons. It's going to be 150 Otis Street for senior vets. There's going to be 76 units of housing that we're going to build with our partner, Chinatown Community Housing Development Corp. And we're going to do the services, they're doing the development work. It's just an amazing project. So, and then we see about 1,200 vets a year that come by our office or service center there at 1060 Howard Street. And essentially what we do is we're like medics. We try to deal with their needs, make sure they're, try to end the suffering, try to get them in better care, and just try to, take care of them. In addition, we've always also provided legal services. Not too many people realize that veterans have a right to all kinds of entitlements from the Veterans Administration, compensation, pension, healthcare, etc. But you have to first establish entitlement for that, and then eligibility for the benefit. And that's not always an easy thing to do. So ever since we started, we've always provided attorneys to help veterans steer their way, navigate their way through the system. And tomorrow at the Practicing Law Institute downtown, we're going to be training 200 veterans, 200 lawyers are going to be there, and another 500 lawyers on a webcast are going to hear our training on veterans benefit law and discharge review and cultural competency in the military. So that's very exciting. So there's a whole wave of these interests now with veterans, and that was not always the case when we started early on. Vietnam veterans in particular really got battered. And we can't turn our back on veterans as was done to Vietnam veterans. And we're still sort of cleaning up and helping as best we can. So a lot of ourselves have to dedicate ourselves to make sure what happened to Vietnam vets does not happen to this new generation of war veterans. And that's what a lot of this is really all about. So it's my really great pleasure. I'd like to ask all the women veterans to please stand so we can acknowledge them. It's really... That's what this is all about. And I want to put a plug into the VA, who's been incredibly supportive and helpful. And in fact, many of the women vets here are patients of the VA Medical Center and have worked with the VA as we do, and have made it possible for us to do some of the housing. So it's been a really wonderful partnership locally in behalf of veterans. And now I'd like to actually bring Starlyn, our Women Veterans Coordinator, up.